Wir machen jetzt weiter im Programm. Wir haben jetzt gleich die EU-Gleichstellungskommissarin zu Gast, Helena Dalli. Und sie ist aus Malta, ist dort in der Sozialdemokratischen Partei und sie ist seit fast einem Jahr Gleichstellungskommissarin der EU. Sie hat sich schon in Malta für Gleichberechtigung eingesetzt, hat dort 2013 für Schwule und Lesben große juristische Fortschritte erreicht. 2015 hat sie in Malta es war das erste Land, in dem das verabschiedet wurde, ein Verbot von Geschlechtsangleichungen bei intersexuellen Kindern eingeführt. Also, dass diese Operationen nicht durchgeführt werden, bevor die Kinder alt genug sind, um das selber zu entscheiden. Und das war ein richtiger Meilenstein. Also Aktivistinnen haben das gefeiert. Und auch die Einführung der Ehe für alle und das Adoptionsrecht für gleichgeschlechtliche Paare hat sie dort eingeführt. Wofür sie sich als EU-Gleichstellungskommissarin der EU jetzt einsetzt, das wird sie uns erzählen. Sie müsste uns jetzt zugeschaltet sein. Ich schaue mal. Helena Dalli, hello, good morning. Good to have you here.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Very great that we have you here. The panel is yours, please.
Thank you. Thank you, and good morning to all those who are watching and listening in. And I want to start by saying that the EU's United in Diversity delivers a very important message. United in Diversity defines who we are. It describes how we come together despite our differences to form a union of many cultures, traditions, and languages. It conveys in three simple words the notion that diversity makes us stronger together and enriches our lives. Our union was built with the aim of ending the frequent and bloody wars that were tearing Europe apart. Equality and human rights, including the rights of minorities, are among the core values and building blocks for a peaceful, united, and prosperous Europe. Our union has no place for exclusion or discrimination. Why then is diversity being challenged in some parts of the EU? Why is inequality a growing concern for our societies? The Commission committed to promoting diversity and inclusion and to combating discrimination through legal tools since several years. We now have rules on gender equality in employment, occupation, in access to goods and social security, the Employment Equality Treatment Directive, and the Race Equality Directive. Additionally, non-legislative initiatives have helped millions of people to reach their full potential. This said, we still have a long way to go to achieve a truly equal society. My being the first Commissioner for Equality comes as a clear realization that we need to step up our approach and progress faster. In a 2019 survey, respondents said that they still consider discrimination widespread in the EU. The highest percentage was for Roma at 61%. For the ground of ethnic origin, it stood at 59%. And for sexual orientation, it was 53%. Clearly, the battle against discrimination is still on. We need a new push for progress. In her recent State of the Union speech, President von der Leyen repeated her commitment to building a union of equality and promised to strengthen our racial equality laws. As the Commissioner responsible, I will steer a number of EU actions to make a positive change in society and at the workplace. Earlier this year, I presented a new gender equality strategy for the period 2020-2025, and the strategy has three aims: to make sure that we, women and men, in all our diversity, can shape our lives free from stereotypes; to ensure that women and men can thrive at work and be paid fairly for the work they do; to make sure that women and men have equal opportunities to lead, be it in companies, communities, or governments. It addresses the priorities that President von der Leyen highlighted on taking office: the gender pay gap, gender balance on company boards, work-life balance, and violence against women. I will soon present binding pay transparency measures to help close the gender pay gap. More recently, I launched an anti-racism action plan for the coming 5 years and a new Roma framework for the next 10 years. Yesterday, the Commission adopted a new strategy to combat the persistent discrimination and inequality experienced by LGBTIQ people. This, to make a real difference, we, with you, public bodies, NGOs, and the private sector, especially now when COVID-19 brought new risks to women and marginalized communities. Some have lost revenue, supply chains have broken down, some have faced unexpected highs or lows in demand. Some leaders and managers were caught off guard, having to make it possible for staff to work from home, while also worrying about maintaining a sense of connection with their staff and their physical and mental well-being. There is also the work-life balance issue and the need for flexible working hours, which concerns managers and employees alike. The risk in such times of crisis is that businesses will focus on the most basic urgent needs, but lose sight of the need for diversity and inclusion. So now is a good time to reimagine the future of work. It is critical that we address the disproportionate impact that some are experiencing in our recovery, resilience, and renovation. A workforce that represents the real diversity of society can help businesses to respond more effectively to the pandemic crisis. By bringing together a diverse group of people, with each person actively participating, businesses have more financial success and are better at innovating. This is what we saw after the global financial crisis. Companies with more diverse leaders and management boards are only outperforming their peers. Managers must look at the pandemic as an opportunity to tap into diversity and accommodate different ways of working. For instance, working from home removes the barriers for those who have difficulty moving. With blended workdays, employees can take time off during the day to provide care for a family member. This while not compromising on the output and quality delivery. Indeed, businesses are central to the world of work and are drivers for societal change. During the pandemic, companies had to adapt quickly to a new situation, and they did. The EU platform of diversity charters supports companies and public institutions and non-profit organizations in putting diversity, inclusion, and solidarity at the core of their activities. It was great to see many of the diversity charter signatories showing solidarity with their employees, their stakeholders, and society. I was also impressed at how others supported the community by donating money or products. Some changed their production lines to make face masks or disinfectant, or offered their services for free to people in need. I will continue to support the diversity charters during my mandate with comprehensive policy on diversity and inclusion in the workplace. I am sure all of you here today can testify to the importance of the diversity charters for promoting the business case for diversity. The charter services as a public trademark of which companies can be proud of for demonstrating their commitment to promoting equality and diversity. The German Diversity Charter was one of the first in Europe, and it is integral to the EU's platform of diversity charters. The Charter has shown the success that private and public partnerships can bring. From an initiative by 4 private companies and with support from the federal government for migration, refugees, and integration, The German Charter has reached over 3,600 signatories. This means there are over 13 million people in Germany working in organizations that have recognized the importance of diversity and inclusion at the workplace. These are companies and organizations that value their employees for who they are and what they can bring to the company to be successful and innovative. The German Diversity Charter, with its signatories, continues to inspire others participating in the EU platform of diversity charters. For instance, despite the pandemic, over 700 organizations took part in more than 1,500 activities on the annual Diversity Day this year. I hope we can make use of those organizations' expertise when we will celebrate the first European Diversity Month in May 2021. I am counting on you to also take part in May, share your experiences, and encourage other companies to engage. We must spread the word. Diversity is good for business. Thank you.